Good afternoon. Welcome to November 19th Open Gate Show, where I will make a comment on our horse racing and other things on the aspects of life. Tomorrow we have 10 races, average fields of 10 starters. Pure water, pure pride, Jamaican bottled water. Experience the taste of pure water. Remember to wear your mask, sanitize your hands, and still practice social distancing. It ain't easy for someone who consider his fellow men, especially when they have passed away. Wayne DaCosta, Johnson Hong, and recently Stanley Finley, all trainers that died recently, and it's the norm worldwide for the racetracks to hoist their flags at half-mast, as well as the immediate race meet to have a minute of silence regarding the respects to the part these horse racing individuals played. Are we bewitched by the projections that are plenty to win money, or even trying to do whatever to gain money, to pay bills and keep our homes in shape, as well as having fun? Are we going to label negatively those who stand up for the rights of their counterparts, while the powers that be makes pie in the sky talks that only benefit themselves, and we are also, and well, and most are agree about that? Where is the benefit for the playmakers, or I should say trainers? The top ones alone will benefit, as that's the the status quo of all societies. I've been driving all over Jamaica and was amazed how many cash pot outlets there are within a proximity of 300 meters, well, approximately. To get to a betting shop these days to wager on our horse racing, one has to travel miles, and we have a time limit to get back home due to the COVID uh, 19-day restrictions. Okay, so the Inventions Racing Entertainment Limited does whatever they want and think to make money. That's okay, they're businessmen. When and why can't there be more betting outlets per square 800 meters, unlike the cashpot outlets? Why can't the telebetting procedures to top up accounts be easier, and the list of betterment for all in the industry goes awry because we are led by people who are arrogant, who who really are Michelangelos, wanted painting pictures to take us into a dream where when there's only one set of people that benefits. Any realist who comments they can be verbally abused or even receive threats on their life. Let's get into our local horse racing, where I'm going to make 3 points. One, the quarterly incentives competition has the same winners 98% of the time, and wannabe winners ambitiously on ambitiously are pleased by their names being called on the telecast. That's all the benefit that they get. Why not place all that competition money into the appearance fee to make it, say, $15,000 for local horsemen listening? Wouldn't that be far, far better for all to benefit? How can you have a race meet for an association tomorrow when in fact there ain't any confidence in both our two top associations? I'm speaking of the traders and owners. There ain't much confidence in either. And, if I'm wrong, then why do members don't, why do their members, they represent RSC and what's really going on regarding the happenings that are affecting all of us? We need a purse increase. We need a purse increase. Are there cries? Where are the representation to the powers that be to make members feel or even see a path where their hard work and investment makes sense? I already mentioned the increase in appearance fee instead of that quarterly incentive competition that is geared for only the top ones. Total rubbish it is when SVRL claims that it attracts more entries. Oh, please. Hey, Stevie Wonder can see the value in comparing the raised appearance fee and that quarterly incentive. I really am confused, well, not confused, amazed regarding this quarterly incentive and the impact it has on all trainers, jockeys, and jockeys. My third point, the race meet tomorrow has races named for an executive that let's see if that makes value tomorrow. Wayne DaCosta, Jocks Long, Stanley Finley, Aubrey Pinnock, John Mackenzie, Austin Cormack, Jerry Skelton, just to name a few that have passed. And those who are still on earth, alive, Noel Eniver, Willoughby Simpson, Steve Badu, Dwight Chen, and the likes. Are their names and their efforts be in oblivion? A brief summary before each race on their impact on our local horse racing would bring a sense of memories that would make present fans acknowledging these stalwarts who helped make horse racing what it is. I'm talking the already mentioned names. Well, the glory days seems to be long gone. Lifting the seemingly beautiful carpet will reveal what's underneath. Who dares to do that? Well, we are in a chance when only one thing is on the mind of horse racing fans, and that's win money or to gain money at any which way. Dignities, scruples, respects, moralities, decencies are rapidly declining in our society. So much for the talk, of which there'll be a lot of flax. Let's hope there ain't no threats. Well, it doesn't matter really, to me, that is. Tomorrow's race card, the Open Gate Show applauds all racehorse trainers at Caymanas Park, past and present. First race kicks off at 11:45. It's named for Stephen Todd, third generation trainer, who is doing very well. It's for native bred frozen up, numbers of 3, and imported frozen up who have not won 2 races, 12 starters, 7 furlongs or 1,400 meters. Number 3, Tomahawk. Not a horse who has my confidence to rely on this horse that he will win. Although this horse gives what he has when focused. He failed as a 3-5 favourite on last. That's on the 6th of November, going 9 furlongs 25 yards. Was prominent and faded a bit to be third, 5.5 lengths to Ajita and No Identity, who he again meets. He gets a more Boston rider in Philip Parchment. Well, let's see what it does. Number 4, No Identity. I like number 3, Tomahawk, in character when racing. Fairly consistent, and he has a chance to get into the top 4 surely. Number 6, She Boom, ran fourth last twice. Should be fit now and get a furlong more to travel. With regards to her last race 7 days ago, where she was closing rapidly, yet lost a few lengths by running on the wider path of her counterparts. Decent chance tomorrow to get into the top 3 if she's focused. Number 7, Lord of Agilon, coming off a brief respite, very busy on the Cassette track, which is unusual for him. Has the potential to get into the top 3 and could upset these. I can tell you that. Number 7, My Time Now. Well, when? It's very light, and it could be now. I have a hunch it will be My Time Now tomorrow. That's number 9. Number 6, Shaboom. Number 3, Tomahawk. Number 11, Zabatoni. Number 7, Lord of Agila. Well, I should mention 2 other horses. Number 11, Zabatoni, who has been flashing speed for new conditions and should be able to relax on the lead if number 14, Angelos, ain't pointed to get into the early. Number 12, Angelos, looking well, working well. Jockey Paul Francis remains for the 7 consecutive starts. Second race, it's the Avid Granum World Cup. One of the greatest trainers that saddled horses in Jamaica, highly respected in the Caribbean, and also in Jamaica, this great horseman. This race is for 2-year-olds. And made a special weight, 7 starters. They will be going 7 furlongs or 1,400 meters. Number 1, Miss Khaleesi, a debutant born the 14th of April, a great filly by Midnight Hawk out of Ronda, by Tackle. Owner breeder Norris Finn, the groom, Fiddle Williams. Roger Hewitt, he rides for Fitzman Williams. Miss Khaleesi will need some time. Number 2, Justin Biden. Some improvement should be seen. The tongue tie is off after the only start he had with it on, finishing third, 11 lengths behind Brinks and Hago Sume, who is here once again. Number 3, Platinum Pepsi. More advanced than all and frontier here. Really ran below expectations on debut approximately 2 weeks ago, the 25th of September, going 5 rounds round, was up the leaders and flattened to be fourth, 7.5 lengths behind Perfect Blue, Rapunzel, and Orphan Rich. The tongue tie is on and she's moving better than ever at exercise. Number 4, particular, was expected to do much better than in her second career start by some on the 20th of November, where she was installed at 2-1 and finished 5th, 8.5 lengths behind Power Supreme Song, our angel, after breaking slowly out the gates. Well, the open gate show is surely not one that I'd expected her to run well on that day. Her debut for me was a flash in the pan. Let's see if I'm wrong. Hey, remember, I surely don't know it all. I know a lot of people would love to see me, would love particular to win or even run second. Well, so what? Number 5, another brother, a debutant, born the 10th of April, Chested Colt by Savoy Stomp out of Absolute Justice by Consolidator. The groom, Rebirth Liking. The breeder, brother to brother Syndicate, they also owns this horse. The Cardinals rides for Wilfred Chin. Well-bred colt who surely looking to have class. And his sire, Savoy Stomp, surely has been passing stamina to his offspring. As I said, looking to be a decent runner, could give number 7, Hargo Sobe, a run for his money. Number 6, Eddie 29, gets first time blinkers. Number 7, Hargo Sobe. Should have learned a lot from the debut 2 weeks ago on the 6th of November, going 5.5 furlongs, was up with the speed and stayed there. It wasn't quickening and hanged on for second spot, 7.5 lengths behind Brinks. Justin Biden was 3 3/4 lengths away. Still very green, but has to be the one to beat. Number 7, Argo Fume. Number 3, Platinum Pepsi, who would have surprised me, making this a pole-to-pole affair. Number 5, another brother, another one, who I'm expecting to run decent. And let me put number 4, Political, for 4th. Third race, named in honor of Monica Talbot, from the Monica Talbot Memorial Trophy. Owner, breeder, and a lady of class. She was a cool and light lady, a regular visitor to the races, and could be seen eating slowly. Was it potato chips? Not sure, but very quiet, very alert, and really much respected. This race for children up. It's an optional claimant race, 250,000 with native bred 6 years and up, who have never won 4 races, as well as native bred 4 years and up, who remains a maiden 8 starters. They go 9 following 25 yards, or 1,820 meters. Number 1, Siraj and Babu, ran only twice, going 2 turns, and won both. Could make this 2 in a row. Well, could make this 3 in a row over this distance. Number 3, Ratio, returns of a 4.5-month hiatus with an improved display on the 30th of October, going 7.5 furlongs, was up in the pace and stayed there to be 7.5 lengths behind my mom Juice, who is here again, Honorable Aviator, as well as Riley the Mob. The odds then was 9.91. So now fitter could improve on that last run and be a top contender here. Number 4, Bay Commando, could find the top 4 stretch. Number 5, that City. Very busy on exercise track, but is going 2 turns for the first time in 38 career starts. Number 6, My Mom Juice, seems to have sorted out issues as evident in her last 3 starts. My Mom Juice looks a dangerous horse in this race. Number 7, Whatever. Most recent win was at this distance. Not sure she's in that condition as then. That was on the 15th of September. where she was in the pace and won by a length of 11 to 1, beating my mom Just and Isotopia. Sorry. Connections call for the informed rider in Travis Foster. That says a lot. Number 6, though, my mom Just for me, from number 1, Siraj and Baba, number 3, Ratio, number 4, Bay Commander, number 7, whatever. Apologies. Well, we are on race 4. Race 4, named for trainer Ryan Darby, son of former claiming king Robert Darby Sr. Ryan Darby has won a number of races in his career so far. This race is for nearby shows. It's a maiden condition race, 8 starters, and we'll be going 5 furlong straight or 8,000 meters straight. Number 1, the Trojan Warrior, string 3 decent displays in last 3 starts. Gets first time tongue tie, which seemingly is a good move by trainer Philip Lee. Number 2, Street Man, a debutant, apparently named after his trainer. This debutant was born the 7th of April at Bay Court by Soldat out of Tracking Pole by Malibu Moon, the groom Winston Thompson. The breeder, Elaine McMaster. Owner, Michael Howard. Nice looking colt who has been around for a long while. Fire doesn't produce them running early, but this US bred horse was born here in Utah could just be better than these. Number 3, Call Strike, fast filly who had a mild issue just 2 days prior to her last race. Hasn't been extended much at exercise since that race, but has to be respected as a trainer. Lincoln Long, he is a good horseman. He's been around for quite a while. Number 4, More Scored, possesses some speed and had shown, well, has gained some weight, in my opinion, and looking very focused at exercise since the last race on November 7th. Number 5, JB Flyer, one of 2 here for trainer Marlon Anderson. JD Flyer, with a better start this time, could obtain a low exotic spot. Number 6, Zion, another debutant. This horse was born the 12th of April at Bay Court by Nasheed out of She's a Charm by He's the Real Thing. Breeder, Courtney St. Auburn Williams. Owner, Rocky and Stickman, Ricardo Wallace, the groom. This horse was named after the owner's deceased dad. Zion. His ability is seen on the exercise track this Bay Colt, but will surely need this race to be pointed in the direction of having a good display when next in town after this. Number 7, Law Speedy filly who needs to hold a gallop. However, is very consistent and has run better than these in recent past and doing well, and should be one fighting this out for top honors. Number 8, Another Storm, raced 9 times and hasn't shown anything. Should be able to do a bit better. Number 7, Unwritten Law. Number 2, Sweetie Man. Number 1, Trojan Warrior. Number 3, Call Strike. And hopefully, Another Storm beats a few more horses to get a check, a sizable check. 5th race, halfway stage. This race is named in honor of Harry Passard. It's the Harry Passard Memorial Trophy. A very unique but brilliant individual who came from poverty to being wealthy. The Passard family, his son and grandson, have been doing tremendously well in the horse racing industry as breeders, owners, and a trainer. Team Passard, very formidable group. This race for Nedbed trios the maiden condition race. 13 entries, they go a mile or 1600 meters. Number 1, Little Groovy Thing. 4 races in approximately a month, and we'll be having the tongue tie off for this one. Can't see much improvement, but she could find a place in your high five if these races are not too much for her. Not like to train, so who knows? Could even improve and get another placing on the board. And the 3-mule train worked well November 16th. 336 and 3/5, and with the blinkers off now, should be able to fight for top 3 placing, especially being so light. Number 5, another champion, Well-Bred Colt, by Market Raleigh out of Miss Chestnut, by Horse Chestnut. He was formerly trained by trainer Philip Fiani. This half brother, to mark my word, and Marlena, my love, 2 top class horses, hasn't done anything near those 2 in regards to performance. Well, he just ain't good enough. Still, he has a chance in this, what looks to be a very cheap set of horses. Number 6, Miss HJF, last 2 starts, signal she has come on, and I'm expecting her to get into the top 3. Number 9, Chromatica, got lots of attention on the board when stretching out. No, sorry, when sprinting, coming off a 4-month hiatus. That's the 13th of November last week, when 5.5 furlongs, was at the back of the field and didn't really close much to be 12 lengths behind Heart of a Lion, Prosecco, Infinity Ace, et al. Stretching out a mile now, I'm expecting Chromatica to run an improved race. Mattel was the Indian inconsistent colt who gets Shane Ellis. Very interesting choice of rider for this horse. And owner, number 11, Pariza, stretching out to a mile. I'm not impressed with her getting this extended distance comfortably. And this horse hails from the barn of the leading trip, Anthony Nunes. Number 13, JJ Warrior, recently changed owners and stables and looking more responsive at the side now. Jerry Sabrati has an excellent strike rate with new recruits. Number 3, Mule Train. Number 6, Miss HJF. Number 13, JJ Warrior. Number 9, Chromatica. Number 5, another champion who could just maybe better than these. Well, in breeding alone, we should slaughter these. But I don't like is confirmations. I'm me and you're you. So, all right, let's get to race 6. His name in honor of Patrick Wacky Lynch, a great conditioner and a top trainer. This race for the bred trios will know 2 races as well as imported children up, who are still a maiden. 1,300 meters or 6.5 furlongs. We have 15 entries. Number 2, press conference, coming back in distance with the return of his favorite visor equipment. Could create a mild upset. Number 3, Rusty, could shine tomorrow for a placing in your exotics. Number 5, Lynn Charmer. Another here for trainer Patrick Lynch. This horse broke his maiden easily over this distance on the 9th of October, winning by 5.5 lengths, beating Onward Law, and it is what it is. Winning by 5.5 lengths. Hasn't done much since, except that last race on the 15th of November, over 5 runs straight, when blinkers was refitted and ran evenly to be 3rd, 5.5 lengths behind Moon and Brattle Brush. Kevin Foster, he remains. Number 10, Baton Rouge, will be more focused tomorrow than on last, especially with the return of the blinkers for tomorrow's engagement. The last time this horse ran the 7th of November going 4.5 furlongs straight. It was a fast race, and Baton Rouge with Anthony Thomas on up with leaders and faded a bit, finishing 6th, 4.5 lengths to Moon. I've got Magic, Heart of the Sea. Baton Rouge then ran very tenderly, and I'm expecting this one to do far better than that, especially since it worked on the 8 days after that race on November 15th, and galloping out the gate 5 runs in 1 minute and 4/5, first 4 in 46 and 4/5. Trained by one of 2 horses here in this race for trainer with Jason Acosta. Number 12, Affairs, flattened miserably on last. That was the 30th of October, going 2 turns with Visor, finished 27 lengths 12th to Anna Links, Avenging Angel, and Fake. That was the first time Visor was on this horse. Can you forgive that last run? Well, let's see. Before that, It's a Boy, another Jason Acosta entry here. Better suited to this distance than that mile trip when he finished 3rd, 1.5 lengths, and Curtis Affair and Classical Orb, rather. And It's a Boy could make a serious 1-2 duo for trainer Jason Acosta to get the top 2 places to enhance his chances of winning the 2021 Trader's title. Number 15, Rising Saints, another here whose baby win was at this approximate trip. Number 10, Baton Rouge. Number 14, It's a Boy. Number 2, Press Conference. Number 12, Orpheus. Number 5, Ring Charmer. 7th race. Before I get to the 7th race, I must remind listeners of the Open Gate Show, whatever way you get it, but you must tell others, or you must inform others to subscribe on YouTube to the Open Gate Show. Their intention is to improve the show with more previews, well, returning back to the previews and interviews of relevant horse racing personalities. Please remember that. 7th race, named in honor of Robert Clement King Darby Sr., a man who showed how the claiming system should be used. 9 starters for this trophy race.
Check out KD's Vehicle Headlamp and Restoration. Our headlamps are fine sanded, buffed, and 9H coated with a 2-year guarantee. Price starting at $4,500. Internal restoration and modification starts at $8,000. To make an appointment today, call us at 876-824-6186.
You have to have a winner, a 2nd place finish, as well as 3rd, 4th, 5th going on the line. One Carolando can compete with these, and could be the one. Number 4, Killer B, likely is fit to win this race. Well, not much exercise reports coming off Erie's fight for Killer B. Number 5, Muscatoon can get a low exotic spot. Number 7, Pacman has a lot to find. I want to select Killer B, because I've seen this one going to the sea a lot. So I'm selecting number 4, Killer B, for number 1, Carolando, number 5, Muscatoon, number 7, Pacman, who I suspect. Race 8, named for trainer Philip Lee, easygoing, easy to approach, very helpful trainer, this Philip Lee. This race is for choosing up, claiming race, 600 to 750,000, 10 starters, and they'll be going 6 for about 1,200 meters. Quite a number of horses here are up from the 550,000 claiming race to 750,000. Very interesting and very noteworthy indeed. Number one, another commander is iffy, seeing that there's not much exercise support, as well as this one doing its best races out the straight. The two Armageddon goes up in claim after last four were at the $550,000 rank. I've been looking okay enough to be given some consideration for a top 3 slot. Number 3, Cartel didn't win 11 of 38 career starts for nothing. Another Gary Sobrati recent recruit, Team Sobrati, still feels they have a chance at the 2021 Trainers title. And why not? Cartel has what it takes to win this race. Number 4, Azaria has a lot to find for a top 4 placing. Well, there's not much more, is it, to talk about except for number 10, Mirabilis. The most consistent horse in the past, what should I say, in the past 2 years at least. This is number 10, Mirabilis. Been racing in this claiming class for quite a while and doing well since the August 21st run. Number 3, Carter. Number 10, Mirabilis. Number 2, Armageddon. Number 9, Lala Diva. Number 4, Azaria. It's an ultimate race. United Racehorse Trainers Association Trophy. This association was originated by trainer Bonnie Vincent, of which he summoned me about the idea. And then we called trainer Richard Todd, trainer Ian Passard, trainer Richard Azan, and we formed an executive. And Bernard Vincent, with the help of Richard Todd's dad, L.C. Todd, we got some legal minds and we formulated the Constitution and did what it takes to enact it. Really funny how none of the pioneers of this association are respected by the fraternity that doesn't really know much on the United Racehorse Trainers Association originality. The trainers presently aren't united. The trainers presently, they may have a statement to make one of these days regarding their needs to be represented. Who knows, after this race meet, those who are regarded as executives of this great association, maybe there are some changes whereby the present executive starts to show the need that they represent trainers and not themselves. Anyway, so much for that. This race has 8 starters, 9 from 25 yards or 1820 meters is for imported shoes and up, who've never won 3 races, as well as native bred and, well, native bred 3 and 4 year olds who hasn't won 4 races. Number 3, and I Lynx should find a placing on the board. Number 4, you'll notice another who should find a slot on the board. Number 5, Unruly Boss, up in grade after scoring a diminishing 3¼ length victory against number 7, Number 8 rather, Santorini on last. Different kettle of fish this time around though. Number 7, Big Jules, well-bred U.S. Lions. This horse was born here in utero and had intentions of running into the classics and doing well. Very disappointing colt to the owners as well as fans, and only raced 5 times. Did score a good win over this exact trip. Again, it's not much on the 21st of June, winning by 19 lengths in fairly good time, 157 and 4/5 for the 1820 meters. It's working well and has to improve much to topple number 8 Santorini for the leading trainer Anthony Nunes, who has unleashed his battalion of horses to retain his trainer's title. Number 8 Santorini has dramatically lost to number 5 Unruly Boss 2 weeks ago, when losing by 3/4 lengths. Has to repeat for that one to beat him this time. Number 8 Santorini, number 7 Big Jewel, number 5 Unruly Boss, number 3 I Links. Final race named Carl Speedy Anderson. Carl Speedy Anderson, owner, breeder, trainer, businessman, a man who is full of sense of humor, a man who has spent a lot in racing, and the Open Gate Show applauds all who have invested a lot in racing. Glenn Mills, the Passard family, Trevor James and his brothers for the Success Farm, Michael Bernard, and well, there are others, but the show has to end soon. All right, the 10th race for Children Up, it's an overnight allowance, 12 entries. They go 7 furlongs or 1,200 meters. Number 1, I Am Fred, progressing to now to a set of horses where he will be fully tested on his ability to manage these. Number 2, Superluminal, not suited to this shortened distance, but could get into the lower part of your exotic. Number 3, Executive Force, can repeat if his usual issues ain't forthcoming. Number 4, Chanamax, super fit, but lacks the class to win in this class. Number 5, Awesome Treasure, not herself of recent. I was expecting a better showing than last. Maybe she wasn't focused, because 5-1 to me was odds that look a bit long. So who knows? Awesome Treasure could be more focused tomorrow. Has speed and has already beaten number 3, Excessive Force, in pole-to-pole fashion. Number 6, El Professor, awaiting an opportunity to show how much more victories he can achieve. Number 7, One Gone, struggling in overnight allowance. Robert Halladine has chosen this one over number 5, Awesome Treasure, who has ridden the last 2 times. What significance is that? Well, we will see. Number 9, Marquesas, former top campaigner, still there, and the credit to trainer Michael Marlowe. Could find a place in. Number 9, Sparkle Diamond, stretching out after a long time. He hasn't been at this trip. Shane Ellis remains. Number 10, Big Daddy, ran well and last. That's the 30th of October. Going 6.5 furlongs. Was the leader at the furlong point, and couldn't withstand the force of Excessive Force in the, approaching the winning post, finishing second, 2.25 lengths. Was he impatiently ridden? I guess connections could argue that, and this horse could be held a bit more off the pace and be more competitive 2 excessive force at least tomorrow. Number 11, another bullet. Surely has more bullets to fire. I have this play over this distance on the 25th of May this year, going against some very good horses. Another bullet finished second, equivalent at 7-1 with 121 pounds. Eagle 1 was the winner, excessive force of the neck behind. This evergreen horse can be looked at. Number 3, excessive force. Number 11, another bullet. Number 1, I'm Fred. Number 10, Big Daddy. Number 8, Marquesas. Could run very well. Well, that's it for tomorrow's 10 race card. Join me tomorrow afternoon and I'll try to help you with your selections for the Sunday race meet. Take care. Good luck. And remember, wear a mask. Remember to ask others to subscribe to the Open Gate Show on YouTube. Take care.